Salutations, and welcome back to my Minecraft Hardcore series. This is episode 22. My name is GOJIRACELL, I am your host, so let's begin. As things stand right now, we have full netherite gear, netherite armor, all of our items are netherite, and that's basically all I really needed netherite for. It's kind of funny because I spent so much time making this farm, and then, like, half an hour mining for netherite, and I instantly have very little use for this farm apart from, just using it as an XP farm if I ever have a big project that'll use a lot of durability on stuff. Also, as you can see, the farm is currently off. That is by my design. I turned it off because I want to decorate this farm. I don't like the look of it as just a bunch of stone and, exposed ice and torches all over the place. It doesn't look very good. But even so, from a distance, the shapes are fairly interesting. It's just the blocks are boring. Essentially what I want to do is I want to change a lot of the blocks, just stick a bunch of decorations on, just slap them on there wherever I can. And in doing so, this will be much easier, much better to look at. It'll fit in a lot more with this thing because I've got this super detailed tower with slabs and stairs covering every single surface. And then I've got giant stone faces that are all flat and just not interesting to look at all. It's really not similar at all between these two constructions. But anyways, the reason I've turned this off is because if I don't turn it off, then it just continues to smelt, but the bamboo and cacti don't continue to grow. So while I'm gone, it'll just run out of fuel, and then it'll take a really long time to refuel, and it'll just be annoying. So I have to turn it off if I ever leave the area. Which is what I'm going to do. I am going to leave the area. I am headed out on an adventure. I have gathered all of the materials that I think I could possibly need. And what I am going to try and do is go get a bunch of copper. You see, the designs that I want to make a lot of, I want to incorporate a lot of the new blocks and stuff into the build that I'm making, and I'm gonna put some ender pearls in my hand because I didn't almost walk off the edge, but I got close enough that it was a bit concerning. Anyways, I want to incorporate a lot of the newer blocks into this build. One of the newer blocks that I want to use kind of heavily is copper, and I'm just running in a circle around these guys. And the thing about copper is, it is extremely expensive. I think that this Strider is the one that I put a saddle on, and it somehow escaped from a confinement location I put it in, which is really unfortunate because I want to use that Strider, and I didn't bring a saddle with me. Yeah, I mean, I can just build out to it. Watch this, I'm gonna jump down onto it. Ready? And I'm gonna get this out in my hand first. Okay, that was actually pretty easy. Anyways, I want to go back to a few episodes back when I was looking for advancements. I went really far through the nether to get the subspace bubble advancement. Or I think it was a challenge, actually. I don't want this ghast to be here and attack me while I'm riding the Strider. But basically, by doing that, I traveled far enough that I got to New Generation, where the new ores and blocks and everything were generating. So I want to try and get to that location again in order to use that portal and everything past it. There's only one issue, and it is that I really don't remember where I was when I did that. Now, alternatively, and it looks like this might have to be the case, I could just go off in a random direction and make an entirely new portal. Yeah, I think that's basically what's gonna happen here. And I think I'm just gonna find a spot to park this Strider and then get off. I'm pretty sure we've traveled far enough by now. Alright, I'm very glad that the game decides to put you on a block instead of just off in a random location where you would just fall into lava or something, because that would be really annoying if I just instantly jumped into lava every time I tried to get off a Strider. And somehow it seems that we managed to find ourselves at a nether fortress. You know what? We can spend a little bit of time looking at this nether fortress before we re-enter the overworld and see where we end up. In fact, I think we might just put a nether portal right in the middle of this fortress somewhere. That would be cool, maybe? This fortress is really big, and I decided all of a sudden that I don't feel like exploring the rest of it. Here, how about we go up onto this place without a pathway? I'm getting shot at. Okay. Just real quick, kill this blaze, and then we can continue. We will build our nether portal and fall down instantly. Okay, we will build our nether portal right here, just like this. And of course I'm going to make it really fancy because I'm excessive and extravagant. Boom, 3x3. Okay, now let's go. And it's the middle of the night. Good thing I brought a bed. Okay, seems we're in a pretty standard kind of location. I'm going to start over in this direction and hopefully not forget where that portal is. And I just want to see if I can find, like, any copper on the surface that would tell me, hey, this is new generation. You're not wasting your time by mining here. Okay, here's some copper exposed on the surface right here. That means that this is indeed new generation, and I do not need to continue searching. So we will set up our base right here, I guess. And again, hopefully I don't forget the nether portal is over there somewhere, though I do have more than enough obsidian to make another portal. And we'll just put our bed here, set our spawn point, because we all know how important that is. And we're gonna make a very crude kind of shelter. Alright, and with the door we have a dirt shack. It's a pretty big step down from the little tower fortress thing that I was living in, but I guess we're gonna call this home for now. Anyways, it's time to start collecting copper, and basically only copper. So I've generally scouted out the surrounding area around this new minor temporary base, and I've found a few bits of exposed stone and stuff. What biome is this? It's technically a mountains biome. It doesn't really feel like a mountains biome. This is more just a stone hill. But anyways, these stone hill areas are really great for me to just look around and find a ton of copper just exposed on the surface. Though at some point you have to stop yourself and say, yeah, no, I'm not going to just continue exploring and going to more and more stone hills and looking for all of the copper that's exposed on the surface, and instead I'm just going to turn back and continue looking in areas closer and more underground, because there is more copper underground than there is exposed on the surface, generally. And also, somehow I got super lucky and found a dungeon with a skeleton spawner, a skeleton dungeon, right here, right near the area where I've set up base. And yet I also got super unlucky because it didn't spawn with a single chest. But whatever, we're just gonna try and MLG down into here, do it flawlessly, spectacularly, and a zombie comes to attack us. We don't even need a shield to dispatch you. And we get a few bits of dripstone as well, so we might also take this. I'll be honest, part of why I'm exploring is because I want to find copper, obviously, but the other part is I really just want to find a cave entrance, you know, a proper cave. because for some reason there are no proper cave entrances that I've located so far. Alright, I've decided, screw it, I've returned to my base. I'm just gonna dig a hole, I'm just gonna mine down, and I don't even think that I'm going to run into a cave. I think I'm just going to go basically in a straight line down, and there will not be a single cave in my path. Okay, I was a little bit incorrect in saying that, which I'm actually happy about, so it's a win-win for me. Either I'm incorrect, or I am happy. Now the only question is, will there be any copper in this cave? If there isn't, then I'll be unhappy. And of course, it's not really a cave, it's a ravine, which is probably one of the worst types of cave that you can get. And it's a lava ravine, so there's lava coating the bottom, which makes it even worse. Although it does make it quite easy to dispose of a lot of enemies. But hey, apparently since we're under mountains, I guess, we get some emeralds, so that's cool. It's not useful to me, but I'll take it just because they're rare. Except not that rare because I just found two very, very close to each other. Alright, invisible spider. There is nothing that you can sneak by me though. Those glowing red eyes will never leave my vision, because I too have glowing red eyes. They don't actually really glow, they're very illustrious, and by illustrious I mean unlustrous, not like aspiring to be like an author or something. It would be a very strange profession for eyes. Eyes really kinda just see things, they don't write anything. Alright, now we've got a mine shaft to deal with. Oh yeah. Oh wow, I hit level 90 thanks to that tiny cave spider. Thanks? Who knew that cave spiders would be so helpful? Okay, we got diamonds, everybody. I will say, one thing that is annoying about this update is having the different ore types, the deep slate versus normal ore variants, is a little bit annoying in terms of resource management, or inventory management, I suppose. Because it just fills up your inventory with a bunch of the same block. Like, it's just the same type of ore, it's just in a different type of stone. It's annoying. Alright, it was definitely worth it to jump into lava in order to acquire that one piece of redstone, and now I am suffocating in gravel. Okay, this mining trip is going exceedingly well. See, like, now my inventory is completely full, and it's basically half full of ores because of the different types of ores. Now you could argue that I could just not mine every single ore that I come into contact with, but who do you think I am? If I leave a single ore unmined, I will never forget, or no, I will forget that it was there, and I will never come back for it, and then I will be missing out. Okay, my inventory is now completely full. I've had to make many different sacrifices to get to the point where I am now. I don't know why I decided that these were the most important parts. I have a bunch of glowberries and glow lichen. Mostly I just have never gotten them before, so I decided I was going to keep them. I also got rid of the trusty water buckets that I've had around with me for basically ever. And yeah, as you can see, the stupid deep slate variants are really annoying and clogging up my inventory, but there really isn't anything I can do about it except for just not mine them, which would be heresy. And I also ran out of torches. I brought like 8 stacks with me, and all of them were gone. It was a really massive cave, so I definitely got my wish. I got a real proper cave system, and all of the mobs to go with it. But unfortunately, that's going to be it from me for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe. Goodbye.